Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, I've got this figure back. I've not had him long, but I've been pretty much posing him out for the past few days off camera, and very pleased with what I'm seeing on my channel, but I don't know how many views I've got. But this is about making the most of a very simple figure like this that came in a blister packet, which means that Todd McFarlane didn't give us any accessories, not even a foot stand. But I've always wanted this particular Superman. As I said previously, I love that black suited look. But anyway, this is what the review is going to be about. On my Kingdom Come Superman, I've got energy effects that comes with the figure, and I'm going to use these energy effects to see what kind of dynamics I can create with Superman. And this is kind of like his laser vision is kicking in, is just about to burst out at his intended victim, and I do like that. There's 3 more effects that come with my Kingdom Come Superman, and you'll see them on this figure, but this is the first one. I think you might be able to hear some voices outside. Thought I heard a guy swearing. Typical, few drinks, England in the World Cup, and you get idiots. But anyway, this is what the review is going to be about, using these energy effects to create some nice dynamics. I've always thought that McFarlane's give you a lot of toy for the money, especially me when I wait till they drop down in price. But what I'm going to do is try and lift the qualities of the figure by doing things like this, posing them out, adding on energy effects that didn't necessarily come with the figure at the time of purchase. So let's get on with the next pose and see what we can come up with. So this one's not bad. I just opened up his stance a little bit and tilted his head back as though he's firing the laser vision into the sky. It's a bit amateur, I suppose, if I was honest, but it's kind of what I'm trying to give you in the look of what you can do to elevate the quality of your posing on this kind of low-end priced figure, and I quite like that. I'll try another one. So I'm not sure if this one quite works, but try to twist him at the body a little bit. Probably could be better. Okay, let's add some more energy effects then and see how that looks. So I've added on a few of the energy effects, well, all of them. These are all the effects that you see on my red wash Kingdom Come Superman. And it doesn't have to be a fantastic pose. This is a very average one, but with those sort of energy effects on, I'm going to imagine they're like flames that are still coming off the suit after he's been in a burning building. But I'll do a better pose and see if I can change the energy effects or flame effects around. I'll call them flame effects for this review, so I'll see if I can move them about. So I'll really try to move things around a little bit, and these are flame effects now. For this review I'll call them flame effects, so kind of in different areas of the figure from the last time you saw them. Quite like that. I'm going to put them on the flight stand soon, because when I was doing that off camera that looked really good, so let's hope it works when I start to film it. Let's try one more though on the platform. So this was the one more on the platform, really. Bit more fiddly, but not a bad effect. The sort of flames on that black suit makes a nice contrast. Okay then, so let's get him on the flight stand and see what that looks like. But I want to get one more close up though, because that is nice there. The hardest bit was actually around the leg area, but it's done now, so let's try him on the flight stand. So this was fiddly, but I know it could be better than this, but that's what I've done. Plus I'm running low on power, so I might have to cut this short, which is a shame because I was getting into it. Let's try one more or a couple of more. Oops. Shaky camera. I do apologise. Kind of turned him a little bit sideways on. Put a flame effect around his neck. But I'm going to try a bit more of a dynamic in that figure. Not too bad. Okay, let's try a bit more of this figure doing more combat mode. Slightly better than the last one. Energy effects are always going to be the fiddly part of these poses, but once they're on, it's not a bad effect. And what I will be doing, I think, is keeping these on him, keeping them on the flight stand, and I'm going to put them upstairs with the Justice League and change out my laser vision Henry Cavill and bring him downstairs. And I'll also bring down Armoured Batman and put my BVS Batman upstairs along with this Henry Cavill with these effects on the flight stand. I think it'll look quite good, and I might film that later in the week. Let's do one last one then and leave it there. Tried to get him into horizontal flight mode. It's kind of in the ballpark. I'd like to do that flight mode better posed out, but it's not bad with those flames on the suit. Let's tweak it a little bit. That's not bad. I think my battery's going to go, so I'm going to have to wind it up quick. Let's try it one more time after this. So I will call this the last one, and I think it's just slightly my favourite of them all so far on the flight stand. Try to create a bit more movement there, but yeah, now I've put it on camera, I do like the idea of keeping these energy effects which were with my Kingdom Come Superman, but he looks fantastic without them anyway. But I certainly like the contrast of the red and the black with this figure, and I'll call them flames in my imagination. As I said, he could be coming out of a burning building and the flames are still licking his suit before they go out naturally, because the suit is kind of indestructible. But I like that. So I think this is the last time you'll see him unless I come up with another bright idea, but I do like that. I'll get a close up and I'll pull back just to say thanks for watching the channel, and I'll see you again soon. I think that's a nice shot there. Yeah, let me just get a little bit of a side view. Okay, enough is enough. Thanks for watching the channel, and I'll see you again soon.